feels good to see the world getting right. I don't know about you, Sack Noel. I don't know about you, Phenom. I don't know about you, White Shadow. I don't know about you, but I feel good.
What's up, iGrow? Back with another episode of the iGrow Show. It's your boy TJ, and with me this week is my boy James with Canna Pops. What's up, James? How
What's
you
going
doing,
on,
brother?
TJ? All right, brother.
So, we got James in today. We're going to talk about extraction. We're going to talk about FECO. We're going to talk about some of the medicinal side of these wonderful things that are available in the local community here to you guys. But as first and as always, we always do a fun giveaway, don't we? This week's show is going to be some shatter. We were trying to finish getting the one we had ready to go. It was not quite ready. The vacuum oven didn't seal as well as we wanted, so we're going to run another vacuum on it. So instead, I'll give you your choice of one of the two shatters that I currently have, which is the Alien OG and the Berry Fog, I believe it is. So, get those messages in, get those names, say what's up, what's going on, guys, say hi. That's how you get your name on the list. And at the end of the show, somebody's going to grab themselves a gram of my shatter. And, James is awesome enough to go ahead and donate a gram of FECO to go with it. So, somebody is going to have a real good treat after tonight's show.
Oh, yeah.
Fair warning, FECO, you eat this stuff, do it a tenth at a time, not the tube. Not the tube, okay? Be fully aware. The tube is you'll be asleep for a day and a half. A tenth at a time. It's labeled on the syringe. So, what's going on, man? Let's yeah. So, what kind of extractions are we going to be doing here shortly?
We're going to make some FECO.
Are we?
Yep.
Okay. So, we got some
crude oil.
Okay, and so we have the original extract craft you used for a long time, but we also have the upgrade model, which you guys will see what we're talking about when we talk about the upgrade model. So, right now, I believe we are smoking on, I think this is the burnt toast. I got this, and I've got some of the strawberry lemonade that is just finishing curing up. We've got about 3 days left on the cure, the Canatrol box. Shout out to Canatrol. That unit is a monster. 7 days, your harvest goes from cut down to cured. I'm a believer now. I was very on the fence about the idea, but they got me sold. And sooner rather than later, I'm going to have one of the size of walk-in cooler for all you guys to keep the stuff nice and proper. So, but yeah, let's get this joint blazing. So, burnt toast, man. I've been noticing with this burnt toast that we have. Did you get a good look at this earlier, James?
I didn't.
Check this out. Now, go ahead and crack you open a couple of nugs. Take a look at it. It's actually real nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It does a really good job of alleviating pain without putting you to bed. So, like, that's my big lure to this one. I really started noticing it when I was just going through trying to, decipher what's what, and sampling a little bit more, and like I gave this one like a day's run. I was like, ooh, surprisingly function without some of that pain. So it definitely hooked me up on pain.
I love pain relief.
That's one of the biggest things for me too is pain relief. Blown back construction for 20 some odd years, we need pain relief, and aside from certain strains and certain terpenes that can help work with this, these things are FECO. I mean, FECO is basically a godsend. It's another
it's a miracle.
Simpson oil.
It's the same thing as RSO.
Exactly.
It's just derived a little differently. We use a different solvent.
Okay. So, tell us a little bit about this process. He's going to walk us through doing a run here, right? So
yeah.
he actually has a setup here that here in a few moments we can actually watch him do a small batch run right here live for you guys, so you can see the process, and we can go into a little bit more detail about it. But we got this guy out, man. It's been a wonderful day. The weather was getting slightly warmer. Like, it was chilly yesterday. Yesterday was rough on me. I was thinking it was cold, but today got right.
It did.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And it's only getting
I noticed the difference.
We were talking about this. The pumps noticed the difference.
The pumps noticed the difference.
Everything
the
was noticing.
notices.
The tools of your trade know what the temperature is, whether you believe it or not. Ooh, there we go. some of
That
that?
smells wonderful.
Oh yeah. So, we broke out the E-nail. We're doing some of this Alien OG down here. Oh yeah, just a wonderful day. We got the Puffco out, ready to go. Which I'm gonna say, if you guys are thinking about getting a Puffco, I love mine. I absolutely do. My top LEDs went out. That's a huge bummer.
Oh,
Their
no.
freaking warranty shop is like the worst to get a hold of, and like after trying
It's
to like
rough.
looking at some of the forums from what I heard, like even you were coming
Tastes
across,
wonderful.
like so they're not the easiest to get your stuff warrantied out through, and you were saying even you bought a brand new Peak Pro.
Brand new.
How long did it last?
1 day. Not even a day. I did 2 dabs and my chamber went bad.
See, that is freaking sad. Like, I have lucked out being that all I've lost were like my top LEDs. Like, this thing still blasts like a mofo, and even after cleaning it, we have the 3D chamber on it. Like, it is nice.
But you shouldn't have to settle for not having the
What I
LEDs.
paid for, I wanted the LEDs.
Absolutely.
It had a disco mode.
Absolutely.
It had a disco mode, damn it. And I
Dude,
loved
disco mode is hot.
I'd go to parties, I'd set her down on the counter, flip her in disco mode. Oh man, we'd be raging. I'd put the music on in the background. Boom, 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 you know?
I do.
I miss my top half disco mode, you know? It's all about the party. So, anyway, it still hits, and I'm still happy with it, but I'm telling you, in my near future, I'm going to get me this carded glass one. It was like the only thing that was on this level. I don't know if they have the apps or anything. I got to look a little bit more into it, but when you are like looking through these, and you are looking for something in this wheelhouse to use, it's either this or the carded glass. And the carded glass it looks nice too. So
I just find it hard to believe that when you pay the amount of money for a
$400.
Puffco
$400
Pro,
for that Peak Pro.
that that they're problematic.
They are.
At least mine has been. That's been my experience.
Yes, and again, just looking around online, like just seeing that it's the customer service really that their warranty department for their equipment, even though you registered it, you did everything right. It's difficult, but
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I still thoroughly like my Puffco. I'm not against it. I just, damn it, I wish my LEDs
I love
worked.
it.
I miss disco mode.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I just ordered the 3D chamber.
Which again is
One similar.
that like the car cap, the upgraded car cap, yeah.
Mhm.
So I throw the Turk Pearl in there, and with the 3D chamber, and these are the nice features. This is why I love this thing. Okay, I talked about why I didn't like it. Let me talk about why I love it. Because now the sidewalls heat. The Turk Pearl hits the sidewalls while it's heating up. You drop your dab in, and this thing just freaking swirls the Turk Pearl, and you blast monsters. So, you know, let's see what we can do. Let's get some of this wonderful. Well, what route do we want to go, James? I have a couple others up here if you'd like to try.
Oh my.
We have
Variety is the
we have a
spice of
Girl
life.
Scout cookie live resin.
Wow.
We have a peanut butter breath live resin here. I think I might have had one more tucked back here somewhere, or maybe not.
Oh, wow. I love it.
But we'll let you do the deciding, or we want to go for some more of that chatter. Your call.
Let's check the live resin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eenie. There we go. All right. So, without further ado, like I said, I still do thoroughly enjoy my Puffco.
Yeah, I love it.
So, fire it off. I click the app on my phone. It's linked to the thing. It goes off. It buzzes when it's ready. So if you don't have the app, you can still operate this. But again, this has always been one of my favorite tools. I just wish it had a better warranty department, claim center. Like it, they know what they sell this for. Fix it if it's broken.
Yeah, we were just talking about that too, about getting new things that show up problematic right out of the box.
Oh yeah.
It's not fair.
No, again, the vacuum oven, we're gonna go and check on the threaded connections and the seals tomorrow. See if there's anything loose in there. Try to just get it right.
Oh, that tastes amazing.
But yeah. Oh yeah, it's not bad. So you see where this show's going, guys, don't you? What's up, guys? How you doing? What's up, AJ?
Woo!
You know, we start doing dabs, we get real happy around these parts.
I'm smiling.
Oh, already. It
Ear to
oozes
ear.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's just dripping. It's just dripping balls. So, yeah, man. We didn't know we're done yet. So, I was talking about our burnt toast, which is the flour that we were smoking as well, I believe. But again, damn, I'm already getting so ripped. I love it. All right, maybe we should slow down. Let you walk everybody through before we kill you, and then we can come back and finish killing you.
Okay.
Would that work better for you? I mean, are you? Yeah.
Yeah, kill me.
That'll give you a chance.
I'm
Oh,
good.
word! I like that. I like that answer. We gonna roll
I'm not
one
scared.
more to go with this one. This way, I know it's just the burnt toast because I had some strawberry lemonade up here. So that strawberry lemonade will wear you out. Ooh. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, coming out of the can control box. Like, let me slide up here real quick and just show you. It's already dried. It's just going through the last 3 days of cure. And I mean, these are just some bits and pieces, but holy shit, it's frosty. So I had a sample,
That's
and that's the
amazing.
sticky icky in there. So again, let's finish getting through the cure cycle, and we'll get it trimmed up all proper. But yeah, that one right there, holy cow, I think that was this. So let's get back to my burnt toast. That was a sativa run that we made sure did not go too long, so we kept it on the wake you up side of the spectrum, which is why you can smoke that and ooh, you're high as gas, but you're still ready to go. That's a nice one. So stay tuned for some strawberry lemonade. It'll be cured by next week's show. Next week's show, you guys will get have a chance to win an eighth of that one.
Nice.
Yes. Oh man, you know what? I just realized this is the show before Turkey Day.
Yes.
Happy coming up Turkey
Gobble,
Day,
gobble.
guys. Gobble gobble. So we tried to do our turkey shoot. It didn't pan out so well. I appreciate it, but we still went out and made a generous donation to a local food bank from the iGrow team. Thanks to you guys, all your love. So. It's got to go a long way in the community, and I even found time today, me and my wife, to get out to where they were doing a free turkey giveaway, courtesy of one of my associates from the Compass Realty. He's a local realtor. Him and his group teamed up with Rouse family from the city council, and we gave away some turkeys today to anybody who wanted to come grab a free turkey.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
but I get so high, I forget to mention some of these cool things. So, thank you guys. Happy Turkey Day coming up. But, let's blast again. And then
Do it.
And then we'll get to walk it through. But anyway, the Canatrol stuff came out phenomenal. It's incredible. 7 days from the moment you cut it to the moment it comes out
Can't
there, and
beat
it is
that.
ready to go. I have one of the best things that I've gotten. You had picked up one of the Harvest Right freeze dryers,
I have one.
doing some freeze dried cannabis with some
And candy.
and candy, which by the
fruit.
way,
And leftovers.
my brother, I know he does not watch my show because he's not into cannabis at all. But these are specifically for him, and none of you know him, so you won't tell him. But I'm gonna go give him a surprise thanks to James. So, yeah, freeze dried candy too. Apparently, this stuff goes for. I feel like he was saying he was paying like $12 or $15 for a bag of them.
Yeah. Well,
It's something a lot, but I get why. How much did the initial unit cost? Think about what you're invested into that particular.
almost
unit.
3,000.
Yeah. So you start with that, and how much.
There's a lot of people who actually pay for their freeze dryers by selling freeze-dried candy and fruits.
fruit,
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah. So there is a thing to it, but we're talking about freeze drying some of these flowers.
Oh yeah. And hash and bubble hash. And
So when you are washing your material and you're ready to go, one of the nicest ways to treat it is fresh out of the wash, right into the freeze dryer. And keep that stuff as cold as you can. This way, by the time that you are ready to re-screen it and then press it again, you are left with just some of the prettiest looking hashish you can find. So,
yes, sir.
I've seen a lot of people doing hash locally. Some of the stuff that this man has turned out has way beyond exceeded my expectations of what could be done locally. So, his concentrates have been phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the shatter you come up with. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these crumbles you come
Man,
up
I
with.
can't wait.
And I'll tell you, I do enjoy this Fecco. I put a little bit in my coffee some mornings if I wake up and I'm a little sore. That's like the perfect time for me to take that. The coffee, the nice warm coffee. it helps dissolve it away, melt it away, so it's much easier to consume. Like I wouldn't recommend taking that, putting that straight into your mouth. Like you're gonna have it's gonna
Extreme
be on there.
dry mouth.
So
Yep.
fair warning. Like if you need a little bit of help understanding or how to consume it, I would say just put it into a warm beverage of sorts. So here, you know what? Next round, we'll go back to the shattering here.
I feel wonderful.
Good, good. We'll get back to blasting off. Here. There you go. One more time. No.
Yay.
We let it go buzz buzz, and then you're ready to rip it. So, again, I do love my Puffco. So, the 3D chamber, like I was saying, heats the ball up nice. It definitely does the trick for this. So, but anyway, that was the strawberry lemonade. Let me get back to my burnt toast. So, now that I'm wiry and awake from my lemonade, my little cocktail over there, which I'm sure there was a lot more fun stuff in it. I tend to have some stuff on this tray when I show up. So it's nice. Oh, that profile. Oh, that is quite nice. That is quite
It's a
nice.
thing of beauty.
Here, let's keep the time going. Look, there we go. We add time to it. See, I got push button and 15 seconds. See, Tina knows what's up. His lollipops are good. I know. He gave me. He sent me like a pineapple one. Oh man, that pineapple one was so good. I was
cherry lemonade.
That's what it was.
God.
Oh yeah, the cherry lemonade. I couldn't remember what flavor it was, but that was like hands down my favorite one. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Chris? How you doing? How's it going, Brandon? Thanks for hanging out with us. Like I said, chime in here. You get your name put on a list, and at the end of the show, we give out prizes. Why? I just want to teach you guys something. That's all. We're here to help educate you, help get you through the line. We do plenty of other fun stuff throughout the community as well. We're going to skip the grow tent for today, but that's not to say that's not available on the live stream. So if you need access to that to see how it's doing, we did some serious defoliation now that it's flipped to let those branches go up. But yeah, you can see that on the live stream 24/7 on Twitch. But again, yeah. So,
That's awesome.
James, now that we are sufficiently high, my friend.
Oh yeah, I was there a while ago. I'm way past sufficiently.
Wonderful. I want to give a shout out to my homegirl Tracy from Echoes in Time. She hooked me up with the turkey costume I went out and did the kids with, and tried to do the other version. But here's a little shot from her while we get you lined up, and let's see how we make some fecco.
Echoes of Time, Costumes and Vintage Clothing is located at 600 North Witch Duck Road, Suite 102 in Virginia Beach.
All right. So, James, what you got going on, buddy?
Hey, TJ, I've got a little, gonna make some pico with some ethanol.
Okay.
We're using 190 proof food grade ethanol.
All right.
And what we do is we freeze. I use jars, mason jars, and I freeze the material,
Okay.
and then I freeze the ethanol separately,
Okay.
and then I combine them and agitate them, and then filter them using a Buckner funnel. And after that, we're left with a wash, which we pour into this loading vessel right here.
So real quick, that was already washed liquid you put in there, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes,
that's
I
why
had this
it
prepared.
wasn't clear. He had that prepared.
I had this already prepared.
So he could run this for us today. It would start off clear as ethanol does, and then turns green from the wash.
Green or golden,
Okay.
depending on what you're going for.
The material, the grade, and everything else.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. So then yes, get this rig going. And so what I have here is let me get this going first.
So he's going to go ahead and prep and turn it on in the meantime, and then what he's going to do is walk you through how all of this works together, what the different canisters and kettles are for, and that'll give us a walkthrough of how we evacuate it and get it all set up, prepped, and cleaned, and so funneling it from tank to tank during the filtration process. And it's kind of cool because what he has in one of those areas is actually a what resembles sort of like a cooling worm from a like moonshine rig. So
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more now about the equipment and where we're going here.
Yeah. So we're gonna heat up the material or wash in the loading vessel, and then with the heat and the vacuum, we're going to pull the condensation of the alcohol, which is going to separate from the oil that's going to be left at the bottom of this loading vessel. And the condensation of the ethanol will come through here and go through these coils in this stainless steel condenser, and then it'll come out of here and go into this reclaim vessel. I'll just have alcohol, clean alcohol, and as long as this is cold, the alcohol will stop here and will not continue towards the pump, and that's how I reclaim the alcohol right there.
So you basically get back all of the alcohol that you used to extract it, so there's no leftover liquors or alcohol, ethanol in this material by the time it's done. That's what the vacuum purging and the condensation and the cooling does. It actually removes the rest of that ethanol that you would see in the material. So that's, you know, the excess, the chamber to chamber activity. So the material that you poured in there, the FECO, will be reduced in the first unit, right? So that's where it will stay.
Yes.
So that container is warming up right now.
It is.
Okay, so he's got it on a plate that's warming it up.
An induction heater.
An induction heater.
Yep.
At a do you have a specific temperature you use, or?
This one, as low as it goes, it says 140, but I've shot it with a temperature gun, and it's usually about 110.
Okay. So
on the inside.
So low temp, just enough to basically cook out the ethanol. So
Yeah,
so
you got to get the
first
ethanol
step is-
to roll, a rolling boil,
Okay.
so it can separate.
Yes.
And then travel on and condense.
So as it's separating, the ethanol then turns into the vapor
Yes.
that is then being purged through the cooling coil
Yes.
down into the other catch vessel, basically. So
Exactly.
the lower vessel is the catch container for the ethanol that is recondensed back into an ethanol liquid.
It sure is. Yep.
So this process takes ethanol extracted THC cannabis. It turns it into a vapor to then remove all of that ethanol, and it then recondenses it in another container. So this way it's out of the system, and we are left with just pure cannabis FECO. And
Crude
it's
oil.
Crude oil, as he puts it. So
extract cannabis oil.
and the THCs on these products range anywhere from like 55, I believe, up to like 85%. As far as THC content,
It's very strong.
it's a very strong form of medicine, but it also keeps all of the terpenes and all of the other parts of the plant intact during this. Is that my understanding correct?
No, with the ethanol, the boiling point is higher
Than the terpenes.
than the terpenes allow, and the terpenes actually boil off. So,
Okay.
like, depending on what kind of product you're going for FECO, we don't need to add terpenes. That part we're not missing for FECO.
Yes.
But for like, if we wanted to make some dabbable concentrates, we would have to add botanical terpenes back into the product.
Okay, and that would be from like a typical extraction.
Henceforth, I'm doing BHO as well.
Yes. So.
So
Again, when you start seeing stuff like this, and you know, I've heard people, you know, have concerns about the term BHO, as it were. Like they talk like BHO is a quote unquote bad thing. And again, if you do it improperly, it potentially could be a bad thing, for sure.
Sure. It's got to be purged.
So you have to do it right. I mean, I've seen somebody come out with shatter that snap, crackle, pop like a bowl of Rice Krispies on 4th of July night, you know, and that's not safe. There's still butane all in that. But as you can see, even doing this on a, you know, personal level, having the equipment there to process the correct way, that is very, very important. So these units do extract all of that ethanol back out of it, so you are left with a very, very clean finished product. Even though it is a darker, deeper color, it is still a very clean and pure product as it comes out. And so with BHO, when you run it, you don't just put it in a warming plate and try to cook off your butane, as it were. What you would do is you would have it after you blast it. It is cold, bubbling butane liquid. They have special parameters after you're done there. You would then put it in a vacuum oven. What the vacuum oven does is it heats it to a proper set temperature to not ignite the butane while removing and evacuating. So that system is run under a vacuum. He puts it to a 30 micron, which is it's negative 30 psi inside that chamber, and basically it helps the process go down. So it pulls all that butane down into the next chamber. So with the vacuum oven, the butane that would be left in the puddle of material would then be vacuumed out and sucked away, and you would be left with pure, clean product that when you do go to choose to consume it, however you choose to consume it, you're not left with Rice Krispie treat hash.
Absolutely, and a beautiful profile, a full profile, right?
Yes, because with butane, which is, it has a lower cook-off point than the ethanol, so you actually don't lose the terpenes from the original matter. You get to salvage a bunch of them. Again, if you do them improperly, you do lose them. But for the most part, everything, you save the vast majority of those terpenes, and you know how I feel. It is save the terps. So as we go along, we'll do other, you know, knowledge. Come on, slide on in, homie.
Yeah,
slide on
sure.
in. Where are you
Yeah.
at? He's hiding on me. He's hiding on me. There you go.
Here's the microphone.
Here, spin that bad boy around.
Okay.
Spin that bad boy back. All right. Yeah, there you go. So, this is a vessel that they use in the extract craft, which is a smaller unit that's more of a single tabletop device. When you try to process some of the quantities, you are limited to, what did you say this vessel could hold? Like
300 milliliters. I mean, 300 milliliters.
So it would only hold like 300 milliliters. So like a fraction of what you brought out in that container. Like less
So
than this
basically, this crucible is this.
is now that chamber.
Yep.
So from the extract craft unit, like to compare, so you guys can kind of have a better idea of.
I ran that machine into the ground for 3 years.
And it's still running like a champ.
And it still runs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not using it now, but it's a great machine. It's a workhorse.
Yeah.
But it takes
material to
a lot longer to get through.
Yeah.
Less material.
Yeah. So this system, you can basically process this. We could basically have something finished by the end of the show, right?
I ran a gallon of wash at one time.
Okay, out of this system.
In there.
Yeah, out of the new one.
Yes.
Yeah. So, it just,
There you go.
it has helped him to process his material faster. I've been to his garden, and he, does all of his flowers go to this. So it's most of the time, like when he's processing, and as far as everything that I've seen, it's always been something. You're using flour, whole flour, fresh frozen flour. So like the Harvest Right machine. The Harvest Right machine takes your product from plant to processable in this fashion. In what, like 24 to 48 hours?
I've harvested 3 different ways. I've done traditional dry and cure for that, and that's what I prefer to do for smoking.
Yes.
For the flour that I smoke. But for now, I use my Harvest Right. I still use it for drying,
the hash
curing.
and other products.
Well, my flour that I use for Fico.
Yes. So,
Okay.
so how long does that unit take to run typically? Those
17 hours.
really?
17
So-
hours, completely finished.
I mean, that will take your flower to completely finished in 17 hours. What have you noticed about it though? With the smoke quality, if you wanted to smoke it at that point,
It doesn't have as much of a profile as
you would have been, right?
that I would want from the flower that I'm gonna consume.
Yeah, if you were gonna smoke it, it seems to be slightly off as far as terpenes, as far as taste and things like that. I'm not
Correct.
saying it doesn't get you super high, because it still did, but like you know,
Yes.
it's just the terpenes become a little off on it.
So I still use it for the flower that I'm going to use for Fico, just because it's quick and it's perfect for that.
And Fico
And then
doesn't
I also
strip
harvest
terpenes anyway,
fresh
so-
rosin for live rosin,
Yes, which
bubble hash, press into live rosin.
yes, and oh man, those jars that you had, they were looking quite pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely there was some beautiful stuff there, you know.
I'm going to press them tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait. Send some videos, and share. You know, I love seeing your work. Like you've done great
you so
things as
much.
far as your processing. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So now, as I look over, I can see the unit has got ethanol actually perculating back down the line.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the lower vacuum chamber doing its thing, and it looks like the even lowest line where it's going back to the pump is very much empty. So it seems to be doing just fine at the moment.
It's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Well, that's why.
I have to stay close by though.
Yeah.
Usually.
Come on, we're not gonna leave.
The Source Turbo though, it's like more of a hands-off thing. Like once you set it, forget it. You can walk away for a couple hours. You might have to replace the ice tray on top of the unit for the condensation. But besides that, but this one I have to go back to every about 30 minutes or so to make sure that the by the time the liquid gets to the bottom of the coils, it's still cold.
Yes.
It's cold. Because if it gets warm, then I risk that the liquid will be warm once it hits the reclaim vessel, and then it will still condensate and go towards the pump.
way up. Yeah.
Go towards the pump.
Yep.
So we need it to stop down there
Yeah.
at the reclaim vessel.
And it looks like we are not going past that, which is pretty dang dope. So, yeah, that's. I like this.
It's
So
a lot of fun.
again, when it comes to these kind of things, like as much local as ever before, and him doing this right here and making such a making a proper medicine for those who genuinely need something on this level, right? Again, not all of us can smoke, not all of us can consume or vape in that fashion. That you still need to get properly taken care of. And what were you saying? You were telling me a story earlier before we started the show about some of the medicines that this medicine has helped resolve from. Like,
Well, there's three major things for me. I stopped vaping a cart per day that were costing me, it's like an arm and a leg, and I was driving to DC multiple times, all the time. So like once my system became saturated in Pico, like I rarely have the desire to vape anymore. And then I've taken sertraline for anxiety management for 6 years, and I tried to get off it a couple times and ended up having to take it again because the withdrawals and then the onset of the symptoms that got me on the medication in the first place would come back. But once I was saturated with Fico, I've been off that stuff for like a year now. And then I've also gone from eating 3 extra strength Tylenol at a time, multiple times per day, almost daily, to deal with pain, chronic pain. I don't have any of that anymore. This is just me personally, but I do know other people who take it and similar results.
So many stories that
So many.
are that.
So
are
many
that.
testimonials. Yes.
People who didn't have access to these products, people who didn't have an ability to get the right version of it. Because again, it took time to realize that certain terpenes even affect each person differently. And my wife when she has anything with a pinene terpene, it gives her itchy, watery eyes, and so So again, like just knowing what we're getting, knowing where it comes from, how it's made, how it's produced, it means a lot to me. And I'm sure it means a lot to a lot of people to know that, hey, I see my friend Cannon Pops who's got the Fecco, but like that's how it's made with proper attention,
It's
proper
clean.
care, right
It's
maintenance.
super
on it,
clean,
so.
and even after, like, by the time I finish it in there, the majority, almost all of the ethanol has been removed. But then I even purge it after that, which removes any residual ethanol. So it's pure product, pure
Medicine.
extracted goodness. It's medicine. It's absolute medicine. And if you take it the wrong way, it'll do a number on you.
Night.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've done a number of things. I make chocolate bars. The lollipops are a great vessel for the Fico.
Yeah.
I'm like constantly eating emotional
Would you like an
support
emotional
lollipop.
support lollipop?
Absolutely.
I love it. I think I might even have a couple somewhere around here. I don't know if maybe. I don't know where they are.
I ran out.
There might be one in my fridge up front.
I have to make more.
I feel like I still have some somewhere. See, I'm looking. Where am I looking? This way? I don't know.
That way.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's pointing at me like I have
like
some
the
around
flag.
here. Hold on. Let me see. I lost my earpiece. Oh. See here we go. Check out the images of these lollies. You guys, if you haven't seen them around, they're
Fantastic.
Cannon Pops lollies. You can definitely get them locally. Just take a look around. They're a great thing, and you'll see them all over the place.
So I pretty much dose myself with lollipops, like daily. That's how I take my Fico medicine nowadays.
Yeah. Well, it's a great way to consume.
The last time I took it straight to the face. I took a half a gram straight to the face, and I was like in my bed at 10 o'clock in the morning until late in the evening, early in the evening.
Like I'm gonna stay here. The bed might float away if
It was almost too much.
Yeah.
Like drop straight through my stomach, out my feet, through the earth.
Yeah.
It was really strong.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I watch my intake. Hence why I said 1/10 on that syringe. Like it's a dosed out syringe. Just a little dab will do ya.
Dude, one more story. I recently, a few months ago, I did cook some chocolate bars with some mushrooms, and it was early in the morning. It was like 9:30, and I licked the freaking spoon. Dude, I was tripping balls just from licking the spoon, and I had to go to bed and stay there for quite a while. So, similar to the Pico. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I really like a good mushroom bar.
Yeah.
I love that.
The microdose is not the end of the world.
No, that's cool too. That's a vibe.
Every now and again, I enjoy them a little more. But the reality is, with all my children, I spent a lot of times with them. Like this whole, my whole Saturday was basically gone with the kids. Like I like spending.
It's definitely like a special occasion deal for me.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
I have a trip planned. Maybe I will have some then, because that's about the limits of where I go nowadays. But
The last time I did, I went and saw the latest Jurassic Park movie.
Okay.
Dude, I was tripping balls.
All right.
And then I took it like an hour before the movie, and then like it wasn't until like 2 hours after the movie that I started peeking. And I was home. And my wife's looking at me like, "What are you doing?"
The T-Rex.
Yeah, dude. I went through the full spectrum of emotions. It was wild.
Oh, nice.
I tripped for hours after the movie ended.
See, I would say I had a camping trip.
It was too
a couple
much.
year ago. Sit around and look at the stars for a while. That was nice. Yeah, a little bit more mellow nowadays. But yeah, I could see watching that movie but not even till 2 hours after.
Dude,
like
it was
just
a
rode all the way
massive
through.
experience. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
I think I ate like 2.5 grams
Okay.
of the lizard king.
That's a that's one.
It
of
was
the-
good
up
for
there-
me.
Up there, that's up there.
Mhm.
They are very, very visual.
Yeah.
Of all of the ones that I have sampled over the years, they definitely had me. The colors were extra.
Yeah, like I said, special occasions.
Oh yeah. It's more than
Thank you
extra.
so much.
There you go. So, how are we coming along on this Becco over here?
Let me take a look. Yeah, I maybe should have gotten it going. It's reducing down. It's pretty far down, but it still has like another, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to go. So
Okay.
yeah, we might not make it till the end. I should have started it earlier.
Yeah,
That's
nah.
all
We got
good.
a few minutes. We got a few minutes.
This is
I've got
what it
some
looks
people
like
hanging
at the
out.
end.
That's what it looks like at the end.
After
but anyway,
purging, after
let's talk about
decarbing.
this burnt toast, and you know, I'm definitely. We got a closer look of it over here on my octopus, courtesy of my girl Cherry Stoner. Her art not only hangs in the studio here, got her a couple of her stickers. She runs a puff and paint night. She's got a new spot where she does that at, which is really cool. So if you guys want to check any of that stuff out, you can always get to at Cherry Stoner on Instagram.
That's her artwork right there?
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, that's
this
nice.
is one of the pieces that she does. So she takes them, she turns them into different things. Like
Oh, wow.
this, she has shirts, posters, paintings of.
love that.
And then when she sells the original painting, she stops producing these, sells them out, and then they're gone for ever. She won't remake them.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really cool way to keep it like a small collection, and that's one of the octopuses she did over there.
Oh, that's
She left it
nice.
with me, so I was pretty amped on that. And that's hanging around the studio more and more,
Cool.
But yeah, Cherry Stoner, she's real awesome. I like that kind of stuff. No, I've got to go do a puff and paint night with her, just where I go and hang out, because I don't always like to be on. Sometimes I just want to go puff and paint. So, all right. So we got this burnt toast. Let's get an ultra zoom in on that one. Check this thing out. This one's got a nice start to amber trichome, which is why not only will the strain take care of that pain, but you don't immediately slump out from the amber trichomes, which from more heavy indica-sided plants that we want that couch lock. This will manage your pain without putting you down. So, yeah. Let's get back, let me get that one back on. Well, I don't need that one. I'm about to take some damn hits. So, got the pump going back again for just a moment.
Yeah, for a second.
Okay. There we go. So, guys, we're also blasting this email. I don't know if you guys, I know I talked about this previously on the show, but these things are good as shit. Like, you just set your little temp gauge, it just stays hot. You don't even got to think about it. You drop the dab off on that side
that is
there.
a thing of beauty.
Here, let's get you a nice one in here too, James.
Thank you.
Nobody ever feels left out on this show.
How could they?
Here we go. There you go, Migo. So, blast off. Yeah. Within the next few days, we should have some Virginia flower turned into Virginia shatter, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So, it's been interesting. So some of the previous blasting that I've done has always been like an open tube BHO, and like I said, it was Pyrex dish to an oven at a low temp, back to a Pyrex dish in a vacuum, and we would back and forth purge it. It was a slow heat, purge, slow heat, purge, slow heat, purge, and so the vacuum oven basically takes that step out. You run it, vacuum purge it, 30 psi, watch it fluff, flip it, watch it go again. What are we talking? Roughly like.
It can take a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can take like 2 days for that process.
Okay.
All the purging, flipping.
So with the new technology being that we're keeping our terps in control, and I've used it up in a
Lower
Pyrex dish.
temperatures, yeah.
This is lower temperatures, just enough to keep the material soft while it's finishing getting out any of the residual butanes, which again is very important. Like I said, you get snap, crackle, pop, shatter. It's not good for you. It's basically, it barely will smoke. Like, even if you put it in something, it's just going to fizzle and it's just not going to do the trick.
Yeah.
So, these processes are proper to get it. Years ago, I was in an oven. This is the modern stuff. This is why, like I said, this box didn't exist when I was growing in my younger days. I came across this unit at a convention. I'd never heard of it. I seen the guy, and he, So it's come a long way from what I grew up on, and I am
absolutely
constantly learning new stuff about the industry, new ways to do these processes. LED technology, from what I've seen, has come a long way. Because I will tell you something, man. We just took down some Mars Hydro LED lights, and I will say this, man. Those Mars Hydro LED lights, those flowers look phenomenal. Those flowers look incredible for an LED. And I was an HPS grower for years, and don't get me wrong, I still love my HPS. They're still, and I'll tell you, I've seen plants that react better to an HPS than they do an LED. So, which is kind of crazy. So if you ever kind of have a plant that's whatever, it may be just the actual lighting requirements. I don't know why it works that way. The same plant grown under an LED, grown under an HPS, has different leaf structure. They just grow differently. But yeah, these Mars Hydro LEDs that we just took down are, I'm so impressed. So what I also have going on is a spider farm. We are using the SEG, I believe they're the 7000s. I've got to get out the book for them. I don't know where I have it, but these lights are 240 volt circuit only. They can't power off of 110. And I will say that they are the first light that I had to dim with the light fully away. I have not had to dim an LED, having an LED at 100% far away, and then bringing it back in until I had this spider farmer fixture. I was really impressed. I'm going to see what the final yield is, what the final flower look like, and to see where it stacks up. Because I also have these Illuminaire i9s with the extended deep red spectrum. Mm-hmm. This is one of the best of the best fixtures. These are commercial grade horticultural fixtures. These units are $1,600 a light, right? This is supposed to be the biggest and baddest thing on the market. So, as my hemp farm gets further and further, and I need to invest into indoor horticultural lights, you don't buy
you gotta
40,
have
50
good
of
lights.
the same one. You want to have them all symmetrical, so you do all the same light. But you don't buy 40 or 50 without knowing what they can do. So we do test batches with these lights to see how they perform and everything else. And again, I like just seeing side by side with an affordable brand. So we have the Chinese Spider Farmer and Mars Hydro, the budget brands. Again, they're best light that they try to provide.
Uh-huh.
And then I compete against the HPS. But again, some of the or against the highest, one of the highest brands in the LED world, and see how they're comparing. And I am so very, very happy with my Mars Hydro right now.
It's fantastic.
I am very impressed with the Illuminaire, and that Spider Farmer is rather intense. I need more overhead, and that surprises me. So again, I had to actually dim it down because of, usually I can get my LEDs to run within 6 to 8 inches of the actual canopy of the flower. I try to keep that LED close. And with Mars Hydro,
sure.
it works perfectly. I can put the light within inches of the plant. The plant doesn't burn, and you get a deeper coverage and penetration through that layer. But man, these spider farmers I had to dim. The Illuminaires, full tilt 100%, and they are rocking and rolling. They look incredible, by the way. Shout out to Illuminaire, that i9, great light. Again, great light. All of these brands, great light. But how the hell is this Spider Farmer really I'm like, wow.
It's exceeding your expectations.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Beyond, because its price point was
Similar
so.
to-
Yeah, again, I always come into these things with a very neutral point of view. Like as I go, I've been old school with my cultivation techniques, metal halide, HPS, 1,000 watters, 4x4 spaces, you know, things like this. You run, they're techniques that I've always grown to follow, and with all the emerging technology, like this, you got the Harvest Right box and were disappointed, but I was planning on one too, and you know, you kind of saved my ass from going out and getting a Harvest Right. But like this box, if this is for the home cultivator, this is if you have this in your budget, do yourself.
I wish I had one.
You will be very, very happy with the general outcome of the whole process because and like I could leave that shit in there for like 2 months afterwards on trim and just come and just take what I want off of it and it just stays proper. It's really kind of amazing. So I'm going to continue with this thing, and you know, we'll keep doing as many as we can fit in there. The unit says it fits 2 pounds.
Of what?
I see. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. To me, I felt like when I was talking to him, it was dry, but now I feel like it might have been wet material.
Okay.
Because now that I've packed the unit, and maybe it's more than that. I feel like I got more than 2 pounds of wet material in there. But again, like I packed those trays like after we cleaned up the fan leaves, so like it's just the wet leaves and the you know product that you would use to trim off and then make some of these washes with, like some hash washes and stuff. And so, you know, having God damn it, I'm so high. I lost
Oh my gosh, man, you
like I got
the nail on that.
I just got fucking.
I'll never do that again. I apologize.
Oh, don't worry about it. Basically, what I was saying was the cannon control box is on point for any personal person who is just not fond of doing their whole chop. Like you chop it all down.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, the volume it fits. Sorry, the volume it fits is what I was saying. Like so. You can pack it in there. There are plenty of extra, like you can get another 5 trays and put 5 more trays in this. Like technically, you can stack them in there. And I'm gonna say that I like the every other tray slot.
Yeah, you gotta have a little space.
They gotta breathe a little.
They gotta breathe. Yeah.
Breathe, right? So, but it did a healthy amount, and I'll get a final weight of
What if we couldn't breathe?
I don't know.
It wouldn't work out too good.
No. So like my test run with this was I packed this box slam full, right?
All right.
So I packed it slam full, and now it is going through its final phase. And so as it finishes off, we are going to take a final weight of what it was, and I will decipher for myself what it can actually fit volume-wise inside for dried flowers. You know,
Yeah, you may have underestimated. You may have been able to put some more in there.
And again, I maybe I could have, but I feel like for what I have here with those racks, I did a pretty good pack out of it.
Take a look at this.
So you want to check on that now? Yeah, we still have some ethanol flowing out of there. It's a good sign.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, check that out, guys, and we're done. Let's see how we're doing now.
Okay.
All right. So the purge is done. There's
Yeah, now I didn't run too much wash. I just ran a little bit of wash. So
Okay.
There's just a little bit of oil in here.
okay.
I mean, there's a decent amount for the tiny bit that I ran.
All right. And right now he's releasing the pressure from the start of the system. This way, any leftover will finish following its way down into the catch chamber below.
Yeah, I could have let this run for a few more minutes because there's still alcohol on the lid.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the material itself.
Yeah,
is,
mostly
is
I gotta let this run for a few more minutes, but you can see there's a lot of oil. See the oil?
Okay. Yes, I can see the oil. Want to show that a little bit? See.
There's still a little bit of
Back
ethanol
up just a
in
little
there.
bit. Back a little bit more. There you go.
There it
Now,
is.
Yep. So you guys can see the
There it
residual
is.
oils in the pan there. All right.
There
So
it is.
he's gonna finish cooking it down, and
Yeah, I
then
just gotta run it a little bit longer.
yeah, let it sit in there a few more minutes. That's all right. There you go. Get that hook back up.
But it's pretty much done.
And just gonna hook it back up, hit that button again, get the vacuum back in there to finish it out. But we won't have to wait too much longer. Not the end of the world, guys. We'll get that done. Me and James can sit around and hang out and talk FECO, concentrates, and extractions all night. So, almost. He did, Stacy. I got your back. Hold on. It's dented. It's definitely dented. What we'll do is, while he's getting ready to wrap that up, why don't we go ahead and get ready to give somebody something really, really awesome. I'm sure we've got a wheel somewhere set up for this. He's going to be going ahead and tweaking that. Look at that list of names, guys. Look at that list of names. So, this side. See, I got to get better. I look up here to make sure I'm pointed right. So, there you go. Wheel of names. Somebody is taking home not only a gram of the shatter, but they're also going to get a gram of the FECO. Courtesy of Canapops. What do we got? Joycelyn, who we got? Jocelyn Allard. There you go. There you go, Jocelyn. So
Congratulations.
we will reach out to you tomorrow if you are anywhere within our reach. You get these prizes, and yeah. So
Nice.
you know, just wait. You know, I will message you. It's yeah. We will be in touch very, very soon. Guys, I appreciate all you hanging out with us, and like I said, we're going to let this guy finish getting this purge on, and then we'll get it collected, and maybe we'll post a couple still shots over the course of the next 15-20 minutes before, because, you know, obviously we still have to collect it and whatnot, but we'll let you great folks get back to enjoying the rest of your evening. I totally love you hanging out with us, and guys, we do this every week, so if this is your first week tuning in, every week we do a different giveaway. Every week we give something away, and you know, we on the YouTube channel we also have a whole list coming of just cultivation tips, growing tips, and yeah, next week we will check back into the tent so you can see how the stretch is with the trained branches. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for everybody for watching. Canapops, James.
Thanks for having me.
I love the work, and
Oh, man, thank you so
we're gonna
much.
hang out, and thank you for adding to our gift for tonight.
Oh, I
and,
love it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
happy to.
I love those
Happy
lollipops,
Thanksgiving.
and we'll
Thank
keep
you.
it rolling. Guys, happy Turkey Day. Spend it with loved ones, spend it with
Definitely.
family, spend it with family who are friends, friends with friends who are family. However you get down, have a wonderful holiday, guys. Peace out. Stay growing, guys.
I got a pocket full of $100 bills. Put on a jacket, cause these diamonds give you chills. 2 shots are running, 2 out, I'm stunning tonight. Yeah.